All right, just sent that out. Sweet.
Oh, just popped up. There we go. Okay, everybody ready? Mark Ashley, you good?
Yeah, we're good.
All right.
Yeah, I'm good.
Welcome to our earlier time. Jordan is stuffing his face with
With dinner?
He's always
Whoa.
eating.
I'm good.
with dinner. All right. Let's
Oh man.
let's get this.
We are professionals here.
Yes,
Oh
we
my
are.
gosh.
Okay, let's get this show on the road. Here we go. That's right, everyone. It is X1 Bros. Welcome. This is podcast number 7. We have made it to number 7. That's right. 90% of podcasts don't make it to number 7. And 90% of them that do go on to last forever. That is us. We are marked in eternity.
We are.
Welcome, everyone. I never thought that we'd make it this far, but here we are. And as always, I am joined by the people I'm always joined by. Like a dog, he's man's best friend. It's Mr. McSpicy, Mark Heywood.
Woo. Good to be here, David. Good to be here. Thanks for having me, as always. I am excited. I think there's a lot of good news today, and we'll hear it from Jordan because he's the knowledge maestro. So I am excited. We have got a lot of good points, I think, that I want to talk about today. So,
All right.
woof. There we go.
And also, as always, he's Bieber fever without the Bieber. It's red like my dad, Mark Ashley.
I'm the best part of Canada.
Oh man, I didn't even realize that. Bieber's Canadian too. I made that up without even realizing he was Canadian. All right, see that? I meant that.
There's a lot of musicians from Canada.
Yeah,
I
there
mean,
really is.
Canada is not just natural resources, man. They pump out a lot of musicians.
That is true. Also, a lot of
actors as well.
And actors.
And
yeah,
a lot
I
of
mean,
One of my favorite TV shows. The guy's Canadian, so
Pamela Anderson was Canadian. Just FYI.
Wait,
She was.
how is she not anymore?
She got her
is that
American
like-
citizenship, didn't she? Didn't she get her American citizenship?
Well, that doesn't mean you're not Canadian anymore, does it?
In my book,
Or
it does. In my book,
Okay.
it does.
You're done.
Yeah.
And we also have with us the man, where in the hood he's known as Jiggle Bottoms. It's Thug Life, Jordan the man, Jordan Paskett. What is up?
hey everyone.
Jiggle bottoms? I love it.
Yeah, you're gonna have to
I love
ask him why they call him.
Is that
why-
real? That's a
why
real
that's
thing?
his Thug Life name.
That was my original gamer tag.
Are you kidding me?
I'm just kidding.
Oh man.
All right, well, let's get this show on the road. Before we get started today, actually, we got some emails. So I thought we'd read those off for everyone. The first one came from Mitch Hedge. He says, X1 Bros.
I love it. Is that it?
That's it. That's it. Exclamation point.
All right.
No,
I
no.
think that's like my favorite one.
He said, hey, guys, I'm here in Australia. Just wanted to
right.
send you a quick shout out. Great show. Love your podcast. Found your first episode and been listening every week.
Cool.
He wants to know our thought on Skylanders. He says, I'm an adult gamer and I'm looking forward to the next Skylanders that's coming out, and wants to know our thoughts on it. Now, thanks, Mitch, for writing. It seems like we got a lot of fans in Australia. I love that. Australia has become one of my favorite countries.
I actually love Australia. My dad lived there for a time. So,
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, cool place.
It is
cool
a cool place.
Good
Really
day,
big,
mate.
really big, really cool.
And I don't know if this is going to start some controversy or what, but my brother actually lived in New Zealand too. So it's
Oh.
I don't know. I know in rugby that's kind of like a head-to-head kind of a thing, but yes, I love that place down there. So awesome.
Yeah. Anyways, thoughts on Skylanders? Have any of you guys had the chance to play or watch Skylanders? Jordan, you have?
I've been watching because we read this email a little while ago, so I've been watching videos on it, and it gets me excited because I play the Pokemon games on the DS, you know?
Uh-huh.
And it reminds me of that. Like you throw down your statue and yeah, all it's
And
missing
it
is
goes.
a Pokeball.
And it
yeah,
goes.
And then
You-
you just go. You level up your characters on your statue, and then I can take my statue over to Mark's house and challenge his characters and stuff. It's really cool. I mean, that's the basic idea I'm getting from it.
Yeah,
but
I'm
it
not gonna
looks
lie.
cool.
I'm really glad Mitch emailed us about this because I had heard there was another podcast that I listened to, and they were talking about surprisingly how much they enjoy Skylanders. And so when Mitch wrote me this, I went and looked it all up. And I'm not gonna lie. I think I'm going to purchase a Skylander game. It looks like a Diablo-esque type Pokemon combination. Maybe a little more less heavy, more fun, adventure, action game. All this is what I like when you.
Wow, that is an intense title.
I know, right? Anyways, and what I like about it is you buy those characters right from the store, and you throw them on the little thing, and then the character goes in. As you level him up, it all saves to that character, not to your box, not to anything like, but to that character. So it saves everything that character does to him. I think that's just a cool concept.
So is
Obvious.
it like cloud-based then? Is that
Um,
what do you mean save to the
Well, I think the
character?
character is essentially like a memory card.
Yeah,
Oh, okay,
exactly. Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So you throw them on that little pedestal. I don't know if you've seen it at the store. It's just like a round disc that lights up, and you throw whatever character you have on there, and it switches him out immediately in the game, and then you go through, and as he levels up, it saves it right to that. So you go to your friend's house, throw them on. It's for kids, that's great, but even for me, that's a pretty cool concept.
Yeah.
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 And I don't know if anybody knew this, but Skylanders actually comes from Spyro. You remember those games?
Yeah,
back
the
on
first
PlayStation?
Skylander was
the game.
Spyro. Yeah.
Yeah, so
That's
I don't know.
cool.
I don't know if I mean I know there's. I don't know if it still follows that storyline, but I remember it was what Skylanders Spyro Adventures or something like that. The dragon. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so there you go, Mitch. We've not played it, but we're going to. It sounds
I'm
like.
sure we are. Yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
trailer's pretty wacky, at least.
Yeah, the new one. So anyway, so thanks, Mitch, for writing us. And our next email comes from Adam Olson of Northfield, Minnesota.
all right.
They kind of talk like Canadians in Minnesota, so there's
Yeah,
kind of we have
they're-
that brotherhood going on.
We
They're pretty-
adopted them, I think.
Yeah, I think they're right up there for sure. So.
Yeah. Anyways,
Go Mighty Ducks.
he says, "Hey, I'm digging the podcast. Keep them coming. Do you guys share your gamer tags? I'd like to follow you guys to see what you're playing, but also get my leaderboards populated with more like-minded folks. Thanks for the great podcast. Have a good one." I think that's an excellent idea. At the end of this show, we will share it with you, all of our gamer tags, and then we'll also probably change it in our Twitch channel so you guys can see it there
Yeah,
as
for
well.
our live viewers.
Yeah, for our live viewers. So, but yeah, add us, follow us. We'd love to. You can see how much we suck at games. And
Oh, how good I am. That's what you're going to see.
yeah. Anyways, Adam, awesome. Thank you for emailing. If anyone else listening would like to email us, please feel free to. We love getting your emails. It's info@x1bros.com. Info@x1bros.com. If you mention Jiggle Bottoms, we'll give you a free Xbox. Just kidding. We really won't.
No, we won't. No.
Yeah. Just kidding.
Can't
We'll give you
afford that.
Jordan's Xbox.
Yeah. We'll give you Jordan's.
I
There you
think
go.
we got a couple 360s we can throw on.
Yeah, you can give
I can give
old,
you a Nintendo GameCube. if
yeah,
you
an
want.
old 360 that the tray doesn't open up if you like that. Anyways, all right, let's get this show on the road. Here we go. What is the news in the world of Xbox One this week, Jordan?
News this week. Exciting stuff this week, actually. Starting in June, Xbox Originals is going to be launching. There's not a specific day, but it will be launching in June. It'll be launching on the Xbox 360, Xbox One, and other Microsoft devices. Every Xbox Original show will offer interactive capabilities, as well as unique interactive features customized on a show-per-show basis. And Microsoft is planning to serve up a total of 12 original series
I like that.
on the Xbox Original Show. Not many have been announced. I mean, there's been speculation, Gears of War, Fable. The only one that's really solid we know is Halo, but, you know, as closer we get to June, the more announcements they'll have.
Yeah.
So, also this week, WWE app launches on the Xbox One this week.
Oh, that's right.
I am so stoked for this.
So-
I love wrestling.
Yeah, if you're a
Smell
wrestling
with
fan
Marcus
like
cookies.
us,
Yeah.
then you'll like it. And another cool thing. So, It is a subscription-based app if you want to experience the full app, I guess. It's $9.99 a month, but if you pay that $9.99 a month, it ends up being cheaper in a year than buying like all the pay-per-views and
So
such.
do you
and
get
that's
the
all
if you
included.
subscribe? Do you get the pay-per-views?
Yes, you get the pay-per-views.
Wow.
if you
Oh, dude.
subscribe.
WrestleMania
another
at my
thing,
house.
you
WrestleMania
get-
at my
and-
house.
If you subscribe, and hopefully I'm reading this right, but if you subscribe for $9.99 a month, you also get every past pay-per-view all the way back to like the 90s.
Wow. Now that
So like
that is a
video on demand
value.
Stuff,
Wow.
like you can just watch whatever you want.
dude.
Yeah, that's what they're making it sound like. It was just a quick little thing I read earlier today. So,
Wow.
but yeah, so that sounds cool to
That's
me.
great news. Just in the multimedia like viewing potential.
Of the box
Anyways,
itself, yeah.
hopefully other things. If you're not a fan of that, more stuff goes that route.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So there is one fallback I thought to it is there's the $9.99 every month. You can't go month to month. If you buy it, you have to buy it in a 6-month package.
Okay,
So
so
that's how they-
six, so
that's how they
$60
get-
at a time. Initially, it's going to cost
Yeah.
you $60. Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, yeah. Initially, it'll cost you $60 plus tax here or there. But anyway, that's a cool app. Go check it
Yeah.
out if that's if you like wrestling. So, also this week, yesterday or the day before, I think Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes. Each when it launched a while ago, it had exclusive missions per console. So Xbox One had an exclusive mission, PlayStation had an exclusive mission, PlayStation 3, Xbox 360. They all had exclusive missions. As of yesterday, all the exclusive missions are now cross-platform. So the PlayStation 3 exclusive mission I can now play on the Xbox One.
Oh,
vice
okay.
versa.
So
that's
we
pretty cool
essentially
for-
got an exclusive mission, and they got one, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then now as of yesterday, all the exclusive missions are available to everybody via free DLC update. So
Oh, okay. Okay.
that's pretty cool. I'm going to check that out this week. On to Xbox One preview update for May. So they're doing another update in May, which is good. I think they're trying to go for a one update a month, which is awesome. So
Mhm.
the preview update this month is a new sound mixer for snapped apps, chat volume controls using the Kinect, and an option to help Microsoft improve Kinect. And basically what that means is in your settings, you can sign up to opt in basically voice recording, and it basically sends your voice recording data to Microsoft so
Yeah.
they can put in their algorithm.
Oh, okay.
But
Yeah,
that's
they keep-
optional. You don't have to do that. You don't have to sign up for it. You can turn off your Kinect, that just full disclosure. But that would help them improve Kinect, and that's all they're saying on the preview now. I'm sure we'll get more information in the weeks to come.
I hope
before-
there's more because that seems like I'm all about having the same features that the 360 has,
Yeah.
and I know you can't do them all at the same time, but
Yeah.
that seems like a light patch. So
Yeah.
I guess
It is only May 2nd, so there's
Yeah.
still more to come.
okay, and yeah, it sounds like they're doing it month to month, which is awesome. But
Yeah, which is
I-
really
yeah,
Sorry.
no, I just it's great that we're getting the voice commands updated for Kinect. I guess I just want more of the rich features that the 360 has. But anyways, yeah, good news that they're still doing month to month stuff.
all right. On to games. Titanfall. One has another screenshot. We'll link it in the show notes. It's a screenshot of the map that's coming out called Runoff, and it actually looks pretty cool. It's kind of like an industrial building style map. So that looks pretty cool. And in other gaming news, probably the biggest news of the week, I think, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare has been announced and is releasing on November 4th, 2014. The trailer is out. I know we've all watched it. I thought it was pretty good. Kevin Spacey's in it, and I think he did an excellent job.
I thought I was watching House of Cards for a second. I think.
Yeah, that's exactly who it is.
In other news on Call of Duty, and I actually think this is a good move by Activision, Call of Duty is now on a 3-year development cycle, and they've added a third developer. So there's now 3 developers developing Call of Duty. So there's going to be Sledgehammer, who's actually making this new one that's coming out on November 4th, and they're known for basically their Modern Warfare. I think it was either 2 or 3 multiplayer that they worked on. Infinity Ward and then Treyarch. And I think this is good because now when Sledgehammer releases this game in November, they'll have 3 years to work on the new one, or their new one.
Yeah,
So I think this is a good move by
but one will
Activision.
still come out every year, right? That's
Well,
why
one
they
will
have the
still
3
come out every year.
developers.
So,
Yes.
for example, next year Infinity Ward will come out with it, and then they'll have 3 years to work on their
Yeah,
next one.
yeah,
Then
that's how they're able to
Treyarch,
keep it
and then 3.
so polished and yet comes out so fast.
And the reason they wanted to do that is because that extra year, they feel that it'll give them a little bit more time to polish and get better quality in the game,
Yeah.
which I think is a smart move. by
Chat
them.
is chat's saying Sledgehammer did Modern Warfare 3.
Oh, Modern Warfare 3. Okay, good. Yeah, I knew it was one of the multiplayers in it. So.
When we get into discussion time, I'll talk about Modern Warfare 3's multiplayer. So that's like the ex-girlfriend that just burned me. You know, I just feel it just hurt so bad, and we had to break up. I had to break up with Call of Duty because of that multiplayer.
So thank you, chat, for that clarification. I wasn't sure. I know they worked on one of them, but. In other news, we have Spider-Man 2 launching this week for $59.99. We have Child of Light launching this week for $14.99. And along those lines, we have the digital download license agreement that actually we just found out about this week, but it has been around since the launch of Xbox. Basically, what you can do is if you're to buy a digital download like Child of Light, you get 2 licenses. One license is connected to your profile, and the second license is connected to your Xbox, your home Xbox. So, for example, I can set my home Xbox to David's, so when I buy Trials, it's linked to my profile, which is on my Xbox, and it's also linked to my home Xbox, which is David's Xbox, so we both get the game for the price
Yeah, and
of
we
one.
just for
If that
record
makes sense.
for everyone, we did try that out when we first saw that, and it's interesting. They talked about this at E3 last year, and yet there's been really no discussion since. It's just kind of this hidden jewel that's there. We did try it out, and sure enough, not only does it work on both of our boxes, but we both can play simultaneously. So I would really
It's
like to,
having 2 legit copies.
yeah,
but
you get 2 licenses per digital download. So all digital downloads all the time. That's my new slogan.
And just to clarify, that is only with digital downloads. If you buy a disc, you get that license for the disc, and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and last thing in news this week, it's not too big of a deal, but it's actually really important. Xbox, we talked about last week, Xbox One is launching in Japan in September. We also got news this week that Xbox One is in September as well, is launching in China, which is actually a pretty big deal for Microsoft.
wow,
Oh.
that's big.
They have a whole video on it, and they partnered up with some Chinese company.
Yeah, so think about this. There are how many people are there in the US? 300 million, right? And at the end of the total cycle, how many Xboxes sold? 70 or 80 million, I think it was total. Maybe just a little bit more than that.
The Xbox 360.
Yeah, for the 360, over 10 years' time, sold 70 million. If you sell 1% in China, you pass that number.
Yeah, yeah. China, that's a massive market.
Yeah.
So,
And they,
holy cow.
that's a big deal for Xbox because they're now legitly shipping their consoles over there.
Yeah, and it'll be
for-
interesting to see the strategy. I mean, what do China? No console has been allowed in China, so this is it. They opened it up, so we don't even
That's
have
why
a
this-
history
that's
to
why
go
this is such
by.
a big deal for
Yeah,
Microsoft.
like what do
Yeah.
they like? What do they not like? What games do they play? It's going to be interesting to see the strategy that emerges to get Chinese gamers. So.
Yeah, I haven't followed the Chinese scene as far as gaming. I don't know much about it. I do know that I've used to play. Me and Jordan actually used to play StarCraft a lot, and I love the StarCraft 2 tournaments. I love watching them, but they're like at 4 a.m. in Korea, in Seoul, Korea. So, where I am, but I know that Chinese players have been starting to get in the game a little bit. You know what I mean? So, as far as players, professional players, so I don't know if this is related, like the gaming community. There is
Yeah.
a gaming community in China, and maybe this is that's awesome. You
Well,
know
and
what
then
I mean?
there's so much to take into account too. Like, what's their infrastructure like? What is the infrastructure internet-wise? I mean, because these are largely online platforms at this point.
Well,
Are they going to
said
make them different,
releasing-
more targeted towards perhaps
In
local-based?
the-
But
In the Microsoft release, they actually have a little video on it with Yusuf Massetti talking about them going into China. One of the things the guy made the comment is it's going to open up development, like game developing for China, because now that they have an Xbox, people from China can develop on the Xbox and to get their style of games in there, which opens up more styles of game for us. So, but anyway, Not
Yeah,
a huge announcement, but a very important announcement.
No, that's a
So-
big announcement. That's a huge announcement. That's big. So
Yeah, that's
So
when are they shipping right now? Are they? So it is.
Well,
over for shipping
I don't know.
to-
It comes out in September, so whether the boxes are there now or not,
Oh, okay, so that's when
They're-
it's released. Okay.
it's releasing in China and as well as Japan in September. So
So
we
so
look forward to
basically,
playing with them.
so basically, what you're saying is we got the beta product, we tested it, they're patching it every month, and then they're full releasing it in China in September.
exactly.
So it'll be a ready
Pretty much.
product for the. Okay, we beta tested for China. That's good to know.
Exactly. Awesome.
You're
and
welcome.
Anyway, that is all for the news this week.
awesome. Cool. That's actually a lot. Last week was kind of a slow news week. A lot happened in the news this week, which is fantastic and great. We will get
Yeah,
to.
I think as we get into the summer, we're gonna get a lot more.
Yeah, I think things, and especially running up to E3, there's just going to be, we're getting closer to that. There's going to be more stuff coming out.
Saving the day. And your wallet.
So, what deals can we look for this week? Rad like my dad.
Okay, so we're gonna start Best Buy again. Best Buy has Titanfall for $49.99. Not bad. And then it's got Connect Sports Rivals, Forza Motorsport 5, Dead Rising 3, and Rise for $44.99 each. And then over at Amazon, it's they have the Microsoft headset for $69.99, so $10 off that. And then they have Call of Duty Ghosts for $33.67. I think it was about the same price last week. So, and then they have FIFA 14 for $41.95, and I think that's how much it was last week as well, or something like that, 42. And actually, Amazon has all the ones at Best Buy for roughly about the same price, $1 cheaper or something like that. But if you want the copy by just going into the store right away, you can get it at Best Buy. But and then we've got GameFly, and they have Rise, Son of Rome. So this is used, but it's $24.99.
Hey, that's a good deal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
why
think-
do I even buy games at launch?
See, you got to get into my world, man.
I'm just
And
impatient. That's why.
Well,
Well, 'cause
the only
hype
good
is
games
fun.
you can do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
hype on games, and you
Yeah.
can be disappointed, but it's so cool. Like
yeah.
looking
Yeah.
at trailers, previews. So I get it, Jordan. I get it.
Go
Buy
into
it.
the midnight
go,
hanging out with the
midnight.
people.
Go there, buy
Those
it,
are my
play it.
people.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fun. It's the experience of the whole thing.
Yeah. First
Anyways.
person games, wait till later. Multiplayer games, get at lunch with us, right? But that's about it. You know, Amazon has all of the same ones that Best Buy has for the same price roughly, and so
Awesome. Awesome.
But,
Cool.
yeah.
So, some price drops there. Rise, Son of Rome seems like a good deal if you guys.
yeah,
Wanna-
$25.
Yeah,
Wow.
if you guys.
It is used. It is used, but
Yeah.
That's
Still
not-
25
it's
bucks.
not-
Good-
still
good-
25
good
bucks
deal
for
if you
a
wanna,
Great game.
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
want to check out
Yeah,
that game.
And I think a lot of people looked at. What are your thoughts, David? You expressed this the best about Rise
Oh.
on how it was reviewed on launch. You know, it kind of
Yeah.
people pounced on it.
I think this happens with a lot of games. In fact, I heard a reviewer talk about it with Titanfall, with his review of Titanfall. He said, I bought into the hype too much, and if I went back, I would give it a different score. And he gave it a pretty decent score, but he knocked it for some kind of nitpicky things. And I feel like the same thing happened with Rise. The hype of the new consoles raised everyone's expectations, and they really did give that. They didn't give it bad scores, but they didn't give it good scores. They just kind of mediocre. It's an okay game, and I disagree with that 100%. But we'll get
I
into
think it's
that.
a great
yeah.
game.
We'll get into
I
that
think
actually.
I'll buy that for $25.
Yeah, for 25 bucks.
It's worth 25.
Exactly. Let's put it this way: for 25 bucks, it's a steal. So go grab it.
It is. It's a beautiful game.
Yeah.
That's enough, the both of you.
And with that, it's time to talk about what we have been doing this week. And as always, we start with Mr. McSpicy.
Okay, let's. I've been working, but when I've been gaming, me and Jordan have been staying up all night. This is not an Xbox game, but Dark Souls 2.
Well, it's on the 360.
Okay. Well, we're playing it on the PC. So, I love that game, and I have played some Marvel with my wife. Like always, she loves that game.
Yeah, I saw
She
you
can-
on the other day.
Yeah, she comes in and she's like, "Can we play Marvel yet? Can
Nice.
we? Are you ready to?" And it's like, "Sure, okay, let's do this." And then you know how awesome it is to play. I don't know if anyone in chat or anyone listening play Legos with a girlfriend or your wife or a significant other or whoever you are. and they're not really gamers, it's kind of frustrating sometimes because they just sit there and punch you and they say, "Oh, I was confused. I thought you were the bad guy," and you explode, and it's like, "Oh my gosh!" It's still fun, you know. It's still
And
fun
then it's
stuff.
like, hey, stop punching me! Don't yell at me! I just want to have fun with you.
It was kind of like watching you and Tiffany play Child of Light.
Yeah, exactly.
So
It's like, Timmy, you gotta go over there. Stop yelling at
blind
me.
him, blind the guy. He slows down. Yeah. Anyways, so I've been playing that, and I don't even think I played Trials this week, which is a shame because that's a great game. I'll play it tonight, so I'll go and pass all Jordan's scores.
All right,
quick.
so Lego Marvel Superhero. Oh, how far are you in that, by the way, since you've been playing that this week?
I've probably put in maybe 7 more hours this week, 6
Okay.
more hours, and we're only at 16.9% when you load the game.
Wow,
When you load
that's
the
a
game, it
huge
gives you a
game.
percentage. So
That is a
we've
huge
put
game.
in some significant time, and there's still a lot more. And granted, I think it's because it's that percentage is not storyline. Obviously, it's going back and replaying and getting all the secrets and
getting all the
everything. But
achievements. So last
yeah.
week you said your favorite character to that point was the Human Torch, right? Am I?
yeah, Human Torch and Thor.
And
Those
Thor.
two.
Oh, wait, any new characters you unlocked this week
on.
that are really cool, or?
Those two are just so cool, and I like Iron Man too. Anybody that can fly and that can do super speed and just spin around through the city, I really like. I think still Human Torch. The characters I've unlocked this week, I've unlocked Mystique. I've unlocked.
Mystique.
Oh shoot! Did I unlock Carnage? I think I unlocked Carnage. I don't really like the web slinging guys. They're hard to control.
Yeah.
And that's a shame because I like the Spider-Man series besides the one that that just came out. That one looks awful. But I love the swinging through. And this game, I mean, it does it somewhat, but it's not as fluid as a game that would focus on the web slinging. So.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah. So that's what I've been playing.
Cool.
I
really
love
cool.
Dark Souls. Oh my
All right.
gosh.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah. No, I watched
me
you guys
throw
play
that out
that. That does look really good. The characters look like they move a lot better. So, anyway, so Lego Dark Souls for Mr. McSpicy. Rad like my dad. What were you up to this week?
Just Titanfall all week, and I don't want to depress you guys, but I'm Generation 5.
Well, we know that 'cause
man.
you tweeted that to us.
I
right.
saw that.
That's right,
I
I
think
did.
did I favorite that tweet? I think I might have retweeted it.
No, I would unfavorite it if I could.
And it's fun because it's the carbine for your gun.
Oh, cool. The one I always use. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and I've been using that for the last couple generations because it's a beautiful gun. But I don't like it because the Titan is the arc cannon, and that one's going to be tough to kill Titans with.
The arc cannon, is that the sniper one?
No, it's the weird laser or like the lightning one.
Oh, yeah. That one's not meant for Titan versus Titan, though, is it? Yeah, it's
No.
more for pilots on the ground.
Yeah,
right?
everyone's gonna hate me when I'm playing with them using that thing. They'll be like,
Yeah.
"What are you doing, man?" But-
That's a lot of Titan versus Titan gaming.
and then I have the Gooser challenge I have to do. And at first, like literally, once I got to level 50, I was like, "Oh, this is easy. This is so easy. I can do this." And then I played like 6 games, and I was like, "Okay, it's a little bit harder than I thought it was gonna be." But
That's funny.
we'll see.
Cool, man. Hardest challenge on the previous on Generation 4. For all of us who aren't there yet, what do we have to look forward to? Hardest challenge.
The quad rockets were hard at first until you get like the other ones.
Upgrades?
It's probably the charge rifle, the critically conditioned. So you've got to use the charge rifle and hit the Titans right in their red spots. They're the glowing red spots.
Yeah. Okay.
And certain Titans you can get on their backs and hit where you normally do, but not the ogre. And I think the only one that really works well on that is the small little strider. But it's just easier just to try shooting from afar because sometimes it's hit and miss really. Sometimes it counts it, sometimes it doesn't, and so you get frustrated.
Huh, yeah,
How
I
many
can
times do you
imagine.
have to hit it?
I think you have to do 50. Let me look. I'm looking at it right here. You have to do 30.
30, okay.
Wow.
30 critically conditions. And it could be easy. For some people it's easy, and some people it's just like me, I was like, oh crap, how
Well,
did I do this?
Jordan's a Last Titan Standing guru, so
Like that was the last thing I had. Well, and I didn't want to play Last Titan Standing and get out and use an autopilot and drive my team crazy.
yeah.
Because that's what everyone says to do. Oh, just get out and shoot at all the Titans. But that's the most
See that?
annoying thing to have.
You're a good teammate. That's a good teammate right there.
I wanted to be a team player.
Yeah, exactly. Awesome, cool. So Titanfall level 5, halfway to to Generation 10. Nicely done, and congratulations.
Yeah.
Suck this.
Yeah, fine. Congrats.
And last but not least, well, I guess second to last, but I guess I'm last but not least. But Jordan the Man, what have you been up to this week?
Well, I do Dark Souls with Mark, and then actually every night before bed I try to do a race in Trials. So still Trials.
I like
It's a fun
that
game.
I
So-
like that schedule you have. Every night before bed, I try and do
Yeah,
one
just,
race. That is
just
awesome.
one-
I love that,
one-
actually.
That's cool.
One little race, it kind of relaxes you, gets you,
See,
get your
So we
kind
play
of like the
till-
bedtime routine.
We play till 3 in the morning, and when we're done playing Dark Souls, you still go over to
He
Trials.
goes over.
Well, I play a race or two.
he's
I mean,
got to
might as
wind
well.
down, man.
Oh
He's
my
got to wind
gosh.
down.
Like, look
Well,
at
then
how
I'm
I
usually-
look right now.
no,
The
like-
baggy eyes.
I'm
Oh,
usually,
man.
I'm
In my
usually,
Dunder
I'm
Mifflin
usually,
shirt.
I'm usually pretty upset when I'm done playing Dark Souls. So, because the game really does make you angry. It's a fun game, but it
It's your
does make you
calming
angry.
game.
It's so
So-
funny because
like
we
David
play
said.
co-op and we have Skype chat, and Jordan is hilarious. He gets so pissed. And so funny.
So, like to wind down, I like to do a little Trials race or two, and then just here and there trying to play Halo. There's
Oh,
still
nice.
a lot of people on the Halo
Going
community
back on
trying
the
to play
Halo.
with them. So,
Cool. So
but yeah, mostly just Trials.
Cool.
Cool.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this: how many of those levels do you own the time on out of us?
All of them.
Oh, he didn't even have to hesitate. All of them, hands down.
Except with the
Because I
exception,
have played that game this week.
with the exception of time challenges, I own them all. Like skill challenges, I think Mark has me beat on one skill challenge.
And you're never gonna beat it today.
I know.
Yeah, I'm turn 3 too, so.
Oh man,
David, I haven't looked today if you've played
no, I didn't play today.
since yesterday, but I think Mark's got me beat on one, maybe two of the skill challenges.
All right, cool. All right, so Dark Souls for Jordan, Trials, and back in the Halo. Say hi to the Halo community out there for us when you're on
Yeah.
playing Halo. Anyways, okay, myself, I have this week I played. Well, we all played Tomb Raider. Nobody mentioned Tomb Raider. We played Tomb Raider yesterday,
Oh yeah.
Definitive Edition.
Oh, good game. by
Yeah,
the way.
good game. Excellent
Surprisingly
game.
good.
Okay, let me go around before I continue. Mark Heywood, first impressions of Tomb Raider Definitive Edition.
I didn't know what to expect. I actually got this game when I built my PC last year. On the PC, it came with the video card. You know how they do that sometimes. I never played it, honestly. I like Tomb Raider, but I just never got around to it. So I had no idea what to expect. The game was, we're only, an hour and a half, 2 hours in. It's awesome.
Yeah.
I was incredibly surprised by the immersion, especially the camera angles when you would go certain things. I mean, you're grossed out sometimes. You're in awe at the beautiful scenery sometimes. When you're going through like rock crevices, sometimes the camera goes up way high above you. It's kind of got like that Resident Evil 2 vibe, or where you're going
Yeah.
through, and it's just all about camera angles, and it's very cinematic. Very impressed. I wasn't expecting to be that impressed, and I was. So.
Wow, cool. Jordan the Man, how about you? First impressions of that game? Well, I guess
I like it.
second impressions, really, but really we got kind of deeper into it.
Yeah, I like it a lot. I think it's good. I like the RPG. Almost like Mark said, the camera is really cool. I like the jumping animations. I don't know, it's just a fun story. Oh, the cutscenes. That's the one to mention. The cutscenes were really good. That's what makes it story driven. We were actually
Excellent
talking about that yesterday.
storytelling with those cutscenes.
Great
Yes,
Very-
storytelling, especially that second cutscene. we
Oh,
got to
that
was
second
really
cutscene
good.
where we took a break. For everyone that loves story, the creators, the story creators, or the story director behind this, excellent job of attaching you to the characters through those. I mean, just very well done. I was blown away at that second cutscene.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was
And we're
really
all
good.
like,
really
he's a bad guy. He's a bad guy. And then,
You're like,
he's
oh no,
not a bad guy.
oh I love him like a father.
I really like that guy. I hope he's not a bad guy. He's not a bad guy.
And Red Like My Dad, you didn't have a chance to play it as you had to leave early for family commitments, but you were
I
checking
watched
in
a
and
bit of it.
and watching it. What were your impressions as you watched it?
If I get stranded on an island, I don't want Chuck Norris to save me. I want Laura Croft.
Yeah, really, dude. She has got hops like nobody's business. They could-
It was pretty. It really is. It like even like you guys paused for a second and I was watching it just a bit on Twitch, and like just like I didn't think that they could really upgrade it a lot, but it looks really pretty.
It
It's a
looks
pretty
really
game.
Yeah,
you know.
in
I was
fact,
surprised.
people that were watching us stream it on Twitch were commenting, "Hey, I have this on the 360. It looks so much better on the Xbox One." And for me, if you're gonna port a game over, that's the kind of thing you have to do for it to be worth it to buy it. And I think they did a good job. So nice job. Anyway, so I played Tomb Raider with you guys, Couchcast Thursday, of course. Then I played Trials on the digital download license, which is awesome. Can't recommend it enough to everyone. I love it. Just another selling point for the Xbox One, really. Another point in their corner. The digital downloads. Playing with Jordan, I was going head to head. We were in party chat going back and forth, and I beat him on one level, and then 5 seconds later, he's like, "Oh, I just beat you."
Isn't that sad? That's what happened to me too.
And then I
Makes
go,
you want to go back. And
well,
play
and then I go
before-
perfect, and I'm ahead of everyone. I see Mr. McSpicy there. I see Jordan the Mad, and I'm ahead of him, and the finish line is right there. One last jump, and I crash, and I'm so frustrated. But I love that game. I love the beauty of that game, the camera angles. It's simple and beautiful, and I love it.
And that is $20, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I need to get that game. Dang it!
It's really good.
Yeah.
It's a really good
So
I've
game.
been holding off, but
I really like that. Then, this was kind of a big gaming week for me. Then I had Rise, Son of Rome on Tuesday. If anyone had the opportunity, I streamed that, and I finished it. And I have to say, I was blown away. I was blown away by the story at the end, by the difficulty. They upped the difficulty at the end. They gave you lots of variety in the way that you fought, who you had to fight, how you had to fight them. It took some great twists, and I won't give away any spoilers here, but the ending was poetic. It was exciting. It was everything you could hope for in a good story. And on top of that, the last couple levels, you thought the rest of the game is beautiful. The way that last level and that last montage is put together, it's like candy for the eyes.
yeah, it is a pretty game.
So I really like that game. Finally, I had the opportunity to play Child of Light on Wednesday. I also streamed that. You all had the opportunity to see that. And
Yeah, it looks fun.
once again, I was blown away. I am an RPG. I mean, okay, let me preface it with this. If you're not into RPGs, if you're a first-person shooter only guy, you like action, you want to upgrade your weapon, get the camo version of it, and then blow people away and run around, then this is probably not the game for you. This is a very methodically paced game. It is a turn-based RPG. Technically, it's a turn-based RPG, but their take on how they do the turn-based is so cool. I think it's a great new way to do it. It causes you to think. It throws this extra strategy twist in there that sometimes is missing in turn-based games where, so instead of turns, it's basically turns, but they have a timer, and you're moving on that timer. And when you hit a line, that's when you can attack. And you can get like power-ups and buffs, and you can power up your weapons and abilities to then move faster. You can use potions to make you move faster. You can use your sidekick to slow down your enemy so you can target him while he's going. You can interrupt when it comes up to that, but it adds this cool fourth dimension to the strategy of turn-based role-playing games. And on top of that, Rise is beautiful graphically. This is beautiful art. This is an artistic game.
I love how when you're like flying around, whoops, spoiler, you get to fly. Well, that's in like
That's
chapter
in every
1.
ad.
That's like-
Yeah.
Yeah, that you get that in the first part of the game. But when you fly, so you have this like wavy red hair, but as you fly, it's like particle watercolors. I've never seen a game like this. The whole game is basically as a watercolor painting. And so it's really cool to see when you're moving the movement, how it's unique, whereas it's hard to describe, but you'll have to see it. But the hair just falls off as like particles, and when I say particles, it's just how
It flows.
how it flows and like fades off as watercolor like blotches. It's very unique, very interesting. So
Yeah.
beautiful game.
Beautiful. The music also. The music is amazing. There is so I know that soundtracks with games is becoming a big thing. You can buy them always like on the Humble Bundle. I see them. That is one soundtrack seriously that I would buy. It's
Oh, yeah.
it's that good. I mean, great piano music, great ambiance. It's fabulous.
And yeah, we had this discussion 3 weeks ago about art and gaming. If any new listeners want to listen to that, we talk about how art is reflecting how gaming is there's a lot of art in game. And I want to mention, you mentioned the Humble Bundles and how you can get music. And I mentioned this point 3 weeks ago. Most of those Humble Bundles are indie games, independent developers, and that's where artists feel as though, from what I understand, that's what artists feel as though they can express themselves. So musicians, without, you go into these big blockbuster games, there's a lot of restrictions because there's so many hands in the pot. There's producers, there's a whole bunch of reasons why an artist making music would go towards a independent developer, because there's more freedom where an artist can express themselves in music.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, we're talking, there's a lot of awesome artists. Disasterpiece, Danny Baranowski. There's a game coming out in 15 days, I believe, or 14 days. It's called Super Time. What is it? Super Time. Hold on, I'm going to look it up real quick. Super Time Force. Is that right?
That sounds
anyway,
right.
It's coming out on arcade, but the music, I watched the trailer the other day. The music is amazing, and I had to go look the guy up, and his name's 6955. That's the guy. That's the whoever made the music. Just a guy from Canada, and he is an artist, and he's the musicians from Canada.
Yeah.
But the art in independent games is so beautiful, and I saw that game. I heard the music. I had to look this guy up, but it is really awesome to see the art in games.
Well, and give credit to Ubisoft. I mean, here's a AAA game developer that said, and it's Ubisoft Montreal that did this, but said, "Hey, go ahead." I mean, how many big time producers or studios would let this small little group create this type of indie game? Applaud, standing ovation for Ubisoft. Great decision, guys. I hope we get to see more of this from big time developers.
Oh, absolutely, and the music, and to see, like I'm taught when I say Disasterpiece, he did the music for Fez. I don't know. Do you know that? Have you ever?
Oh
played
yeah,
Fez?
Fez. Yeah,
He did the music for Fez. That music is amazing. I listen to that soundtrack while I work constantly on loop. It is so, and he did the music for some of the music, the 8-bit music for Runner. Oh, what's this? It's the Runner game where you have the colors. Oh, someone on chat will tell me later. I know, I love that game too. It's driving me crazy. But the artist in like real art in music and in gaming and in everything else, I love the independent scene because they express themselves, and I am a huge fan of that. And I want to say that it's Super Time Force. Habron Plea in chat let me know that it's coming out on the Xbox One arcade in May 15th, I believe. I think we missed that in the news, but great, cool. It looks like a cool game. But anyways.
Yeah, awesome.
I'm off my soapbox.
Yes, no, hey, no problem.
So hey,
great game week. Really, we all got to play a lot of great games, some variety. We all delved deeper into games we've already been playing, but I think the options are out there now, and a lot of great options for us to all play. Oh, there it is. There it is. That's right. That is the sound. That means it's time to have a discussion.
I already had my discussion. I'm done. I'm clocking out.
Really. And with that, I wanted to talk with you guys about a couple of things. First off, in the news, it was mentioned, Jordan mentioned this, and it was kind of a big deal throughout the week, but the Xbox One announced, or Xbox, the Xbox One, Microsoft announced their Xbox One original. So kind of what Netflix has done with shows like Orange is the New Black or House of Cards. They are making and producing their own shows. And you think, oh, these will be cheesy. No, these are big budget, big name people are behind these. I mean, isn't the Halo series Steven Spielberg's producing that, correct?
Yeah.
I mean, so this is huge. The first
Steven Spielberg produces everything nowadays, though. but it's good to have him. Like
the Halo series is directed by the guy who did District 9. So there's another big movie.
Wow.
Yeah, okay, cool.
At least the pilot episode is anyway.
Yeah, I mean, so you've got Halo, I saw a show, Humans is a show that they announced that they're going to do, where it's basically like these robots come off and then they interact. So it's kind of a sci-fi. They're definitely going for the sci-fi, targeting gamers, right? One of the first shows that's going to come out this summer is on soccer. It's like a documentary on FIFA and stuff, I believe. So really targeting like the European audience. There's another one where they go and do you guys remember the game E.T.? They blame it for it's blamed for bringing down Atari, essentially. And so they're producing a show where they go, and so what happened is they made so many ET games, this is urban legend, that they buried them in this landfill after Atari was destroyed. They just had way too many that they could deal with. So one of the shows that they're producing is a documentary looking at that, and then they go and uncover this they dig in this site, this historical site
Dig
for gaming,
for games.
which is cool. I think it's a cool thing to bring to us. My question to you guys is, do you think that these originals, these Xbox One originals, are they worth it? Are they good for the Xbox, or are they a waste of time? Are they the thing that we look at and say, I don't know, and I don't know about that. I don't know if that's worth it. Games are where it's at, or is this a good selling point?
I think it's hard to say at this point. I think we have seen like Netflix do their stuff. Some of them have been successful, some haven't. With what they've produced, I don't know if there's enough data to really know if it will work. I don't know, because what do you think, David? That's my thoughts. It's hard to.
Yeah, well,
tell.
I think I guess I was looking at this more as a selling point, more so. Is it a selling point? I mean, obviously, for instance, if this is successful, and I'm sure Sony already has something similar in the works, right? I mean, Sony Entertainment has a huge library and access to quality movies, quality movie producers. So I think that they'll probably do something similar. But as of right now, Xbox is really the pioneer in this for a video game console, and so I just. Do you guys think it'll be worth it? I think it'll be worth it if good shows, like you said, if they're quality shows, and if Forward Unto Dawn is any sign, that was very good. If you haven't seen that yet, I highly recommend it. So if it's anything like that, if they produce more shows like that, I think it could be worth it.
As long as they still don't let this overtake the momentum they're having to sell the gaming machine as a gaming machine.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's where Phil Spencer, I think, is crucial to that, and I think he has shown that it's all about the games.
Yeah, Mark Salat in chat just asked the worry, why does a gaming company need to make original content for TV and movies? I think it's because the overall goal, and this is what they botched in E3 last year, the overall goal for Microsoft is to be the box. Because the box has not existed yet, and there's a whole bunch of reasons why the box, the media center, you go to that for everything you want when you're in your living room.
That's why it's called the Xbox One. They want it to be your one spot.
Yeah, that's what they're going for. They botched the marketing. They botched the communication. It's a great idea. I still believe it can happen. So that's why they're still. They want to make moves like this. I can see why they're doing it, but at this point, it's believe it or not, it's a unique idea. And Steve Jobs, I think, wanted to do this, and I saw an interview in 2005, I don't know, a long time ago, where he wanted this to happen.
Yeah.
But he couldn't because they could not make the licensing between. The big channels, the CBSs, the NBCs, the cable stations. There's so many parts and pieces to that moving machine that it was just impossible to do that.
Yeah, well, and I think with Netflix showing that the original content, I mean, House of Cards, when it came out, it was the fastest binged-watched show on Netflix ever. I mean, that's with all these other separately produced stuff. So original content can work, and I think that they've shown that. Red Like My Dad, let me get you in here. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Do you look forward to it? Or are you more like Mr. McSpicy, just let's wait and see, let's see how it goes?
Is it free?
Yeah, it's Xbox
included
Gold.
with
It's
Xbox
kind of
Live.
like the Netflix thing there.
Yeah.
I like the idea of having more stuff, but I don't think it's necessary. But I like how it's going. You know, why not have free movies as well as, you know, with the gaming that you do? That's what it's supposed to be for, is have a gaming console that you can watch TV with. You can check out your sports. You can do anything and everything. You can Skype to your family. You know.
Yeah, I would just like to point out that I think it's awesome that your first question was, "Is it free?" And that is why he's in charge of looking up.
I'm gonna put a new sign
deals
behind me that
everywhere.
says "I'm cheap."
Yeah, really.
That's-
That's so funny.
Once you get married, you're not allowed to just make first-person decisions. You have to
Yeah, that's true.
actually.
So it could be good, it could be bad. That's kind of your. Let's wait and see. Is where
I like
you're
the
at.
idea of it, but if it's something that doesn't interest me at all, then I won't even.
Yeah, it will matter
look
on
at it,
programming,
you know?
obviously. I think.
But I'm a person that's been using some of the other apps like the CW apps and all those other ones to watch.
That is true.
Arrow
I
and
have seen
whatnot,
you on
and-
CW. That's true, and you
And
do like that.
I like that. I like how I can just go in there and just watch all the other
Yeah,
things.
that
with
is
it, but-
true. I haven't thought of that.
So I do use it for videos as well.
Yeah.
Not just for gaming.
Yeah, cool. Jordan the Man, what about you? What are your thoughts?
I actually I like the idea. I think it's a good idea. Well, I see comments in the chat here like Mark's a lot. I'm fine with it as long as it doesn't take away from game development. I completely agree with
Yeah.
that.
I think
But
we
what
all
about,
agree.
yeah, but what about like my thing is I mean if it's done wrong, it could take away from game development. But if it's done right, it can enhance your game, right? For example, let's use Forward Unto Dawn. Forward Unto Dawn was basically a pre-story before Halo 4 launched about one of the characters that would be in Halo 4. Now, when you saw that character in Halo 4, he didn't. I mean, he was a main character. I mean, he wasn't in it as much as the other main characters. But when I saw him the first time, I was like, "Oh man, that's Commander Lasky. I totally know his backstory. You know, it's cool. You know, it kind of gives you that extra lore." And I mean, it was cool to see Master Chief in a live-action movie. I mean, I think it'll be cool to see your favorite characters on a show if it's done right. And I mean, it sounds like they're investing a lot of
Yeah, if they have the
resources.
budget
So-
for it, like. Yeah.
So it sounds like it'll be good. And like David, I mean, Forward Unto Dawn, I mean, yeah, it was. I mean, it's not your highest budget movie, but it definitely wasn't your lowest budget. It was good quality. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it
So
was
if
very
they
well
can
done.
if they can produce more things like that, I think it'll be successful. And I think they'll do it in a way. Sorry, but like again,
We're just
using.
laughing at chat. So
Oh,
Yeah,
we're getting derailed.
no. Let me read that. So Iceman from chat said, "Just add Batman and everything gets better."
Every game gets better. That's awesome. We all laughed at the same
Oh,
time.
that is funny. Nice job,
Okay,
Iceman.
Keep going, Jordan. Sorry.
But just like Forward Unto Dawn again, they released it 4 weeks prior to the launch of Halo. So I think it'll add hype to games. It'll add, you know what I mean. So
Yeah.
each week they release a new episode, concluding with the Halo launch. So I think, I don't know. I think it's a good idea. I like it. That's,
Yeah.
that's my
Idea,
thing. I
yeah.
like it.
And
Yeah.
we were just chat just mentioned that, and this is one of the reasons I love Phil Spencer. By the way, Phil just said that the TV plans will not affect the games.
That's
There's
according to Phil
different
Spencer.
funding.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
Yeah,
And
that is.
Phil Spencer is the
Well,
freaking
that's
man.
really the way you have to do it for it to be successful. You
I
can't
love
have,
I don't want to get on the band train on how much we love Phil Spencer, but he is so open to the community and explaining things like that. That's awesome that he said that. So good to know.
Well, I got a
Anyway,
question
I'm-
for you guys then. The Defiance game. You guys played that. Did you watch it as well? Was it a good idea?
That was
I
kind
got
of
it
an
on Blu-ray
attempt.
right
That
over
was
there.
kind of an attempt to. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a great point, Rad Like Minded. That was kind of an attempt to bring you both the TV. I just watched the TV series. I didn't play the game, but did you find that they worked well together? I mean, it was the first time it was done, but could you see maybe where that could be a good thing or no?
Defiance as a game.
The TV series, I enjoyed it. I'm
The
not
TV
gonna lie.
series is really
Yeah.
good. I actually can't wait for season 2. It just comes
Yeah,
out.
I got that
So-
game. I got Defiance with you, Jordan. Remember? Yeah. And
Well, yeah,
I
you got it a couple. Yeah,
I got it, and then I didn't like it.
I got the special edition launch.
Oh yeah. Do you have the? Didn't you get that huge?
Oh, that's right.
Grab
Here.
that thing. Go grab it. Show
Yeah,
everyone in
let's
chat.
show it off.
Look at this. Yeah. See, that came with.
Oh, dude.
Okay, so for our listeners, he's got a toy.
I actually,
crap thing. What is that thing in the game?
it's called a Hellbug. They're in the game and the
Okay.
show. I actually logged into Defiance last night because we saw it's going free to play, and they've actually made a lot of changes and updates that did make the game better. I felt that It was developed by Tryon Worlds, who I really like. I liked Rift and stuff, but it just seemed like Defiance was rushed out to kind of meet the TV show, and it wasn't as polished. I mean, it's a lot more polished as of when I was playing it last night to when I first started playing it. So,
Yeah. Well,
I mean, the crossover content wasn't exactly that. It was cool, like, oh, you were in the show. I just did a quest with you.
Yeah.
Now it's over. I mean, it was okay. It wasn't anything super
yeah,
intense.
it's hard to do, but maybe Xbox could pull this
Yeah,
off.
the show was a cool idea. Like
Yeah.
we saw, like remember Dave and I started watching some of it, and then we kind of got derailed on it. But
Well, it
they
had
did
to be
a decent job, you know.
It had to be done. I mean, it was a new idea. There's going to be kinks. It had to be done sometimes. You know,
Yeah.
for these kind of things, you have to have the first step kind of into
Yeah.
it. And so,
Well, and like the
You
show
learn from
itself
those
was
things.
the show itself was really good, but they have made a lot of improvements, and it does look like the season 2 crossover content, which they were just announcing last night on their website, is going to be a little bit better. So maybe they've worked out, got time to polish and work around.
Yeah.
So,
It
but
will be interesting to see how this all pans out. Anyways, let's get to probably the biggest news of the week. Call of Duty. Well, what's the title? Call of Duty Modern or Fighter? Advanced Warfighter.
Advanced Warfighter Modern Warfare 7.
Wait,
Advanced
is this the biggest news of the week? I think we have bigger news than that. That's biggest news of the week.
Really?
That's
a
X1
pretty big-
Bros. That's X1 Bros being what was it, top on the Xbox for Twitch?
Oh, that's true.
This
Yeah,
week?
thank you everyone for.
I think that's bigger than Advanced
who
Warfare.
tuned
Whatever.
in.
Whatever. That is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Thanks everyone for paying attention to us losers on a
Advanced
couch.
Warfare, Advanced Warfighter was Ghost Recon.
I remember
Oh,
that
that's
game.
right,
We
yeah.
played
That
that
was
game
fun.
a
That
lot.
was a fun
With the
time.
little drone guy where you
Yeah.
fly around. And,
Okay,
yeah.
so Call of Duty. When I watched this trailer, for those of you who have not watched it, go check it out. Just YouTube it. First of all, it features Kevin Spacey. Love Kevin Spacey. Excellent does. And in Call of Duty fashion, it is a AAA looking trailer. They went all out. It looks like a movie. Great cinematics, great sound, great voice acting. That's kind of what they're known for in the first-person shooter genre. But when I was watching it, and I'm sure you guys felt the same way, I could not help but think this is an answer for them to Titanfall. It seemed very Titanfall-esque, especially with the jumpsuits they had. It wasn't Titanfalls. It wasn't Titans. It was jumpsuits.
Yeah, it was
rather,
their
right?
own version.
Yeah, and
Like,
it's also kind of a mix between Titanfall and a little bit of answer to Battlefield, where vehicles now, all of a sudden vehicles, now you can use vehicles in the game. So Call of Duty versus Titanfall, is this the battle of this generation, Mr. McSpicy?
Is Titanfall versus Call of Duty at this point will still win. I mean, they have the following like you could not believe.
Oh, of course.
I played that, and when I say win, I mean sales. I mean you're talking lot of units sold just on the franchise name itself. It can be awful, and it'll still be purchased. So
Do you well, I guess my point is, do you feel like this was an answer to? I mean, obviously this was probably been in development for a while, but it does seem like they're going in a
seems
similar
really close.
direction.
Yeah, Mark's a lot mentioned that when we were talking on Twitter today. It feels like it. It definitely feels like it's its answer to that. So it looked good. I mean, I'm so unique with Call of Duty. Like I mentioned earlier on the show, it's like the ex-girlfriend that is just so uncomfortable to talk about for me because that Modern Warfare 3, man, it just burned me. It hurt, and it hurt so bad.
It's okay, man.
But it was a good thing because, okay, here's the problem I have with Call of Duty, and this is from a person who played that like crazy. That was my only game I played. And that was an absolute shame because I feel as though everyone should have a piece and taste of every kind of game when they come out, or it's just, see, right now I am playing 4 different games at the same time, and Call of Duty, when I was into that, did not allow me to do that just because of, can you call it the RPG system? I was always trying to level up a gun, always trying headshots, the prestiging, yeah, it was fun, but it was to an extent where I only wanted to do that. The addiction was there. So that's I derailed the question. The question is this Titanfall? Is this the answer to Titanfall? It feels like it is, but I think they're the big boy. So I think.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
I don't know. I think Titanfall was the huge underdog. I still feel like
Well,
Titanfall
and you've got to realize this is the first version of Titanfall. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
They have the formula. When they perfect that formula even more and add on to it in the next Titanfall, et cetera, right? I mean,
Yeah.
but I do think it's interesting. We've had how many Call of Duties, and basically it's been the same. And this seems like the first major change to a Call of Duty.
Yeah, it looked like they had when we watched the trailer with Kevin Spacey. There was a point where what's that Matt Damon movie where he like screws.
Elysium. It was
Yeah.
mentioned in chat. It's funny that you say that.
Oh, I haven't even been looking at chat. I've been staring at the distance, trying to think really hard. But no, it felt like that as well. There, the soldiers were jumping higher. They had these augmented things on their arms and everything. So I don't know. It'll probably be good, but I have to see more. The game is about multiplayer. You can argue, well, Call of Duty, it has a 6-hour campaign that is freaking awesome or whatever. But you play that once, you play multiplayer for the next year.
Oh
That's
yeah,
how Call of
it
Duty
has
plays that.
for one of the, if not the strongest communities for multiplayer, and that is first-person shooters, anyways, no doubt. But
Yeah,
So-
no question.
Yeah. So, is it its answer? I don't know if that's how I would look at that. I think it's similar. I think maybe that's just the way games were going.
yeah, the evolution of games.
The
yeah,
evolution,
perhaps.
let's call it the meta. The meta part of
Yeah.
first-person shooters are just moving to that advanced warfare look, the futuristic. I think that's just. I don't think. So I honestly don't think it is. I think it's a coincidence because I mean games are developed. It
Years
takes
in
time.
advance.
Yeah,
Years.
and
the
that is true.
concepts are way before. I mean, they're probably thinking 4 Call of Duties ahead at this point.
That is true.
what they're doing,
So, Jordan the Man, you also played most, if not all, of the Call of Duties, and you've also played Titanfall. I would like just tell me your impressions on what you thought when you watched this trailer.
I liked it. I think I liked it mostly because Kevin Spacey was pretty awesome in it.
Oh, dude,
that
he's
that
so
part
awesome.
he's the man. So that was
great actor.
so anyway. But no, I thought it looked cool. They had some cool concept. The hovering motorcycles with vehicles. It looked like you get into like a sentry gun at one point and shoot down. I don't know if that was
It looked like
campaign
the
or-
motorcycles still had guns on them.
Yeah, can I mention that this is the campaign that looked
That
like
was a campaign trailer, yeah, so-
I have not seen anything on multiplayer yet, so I can't really.
That's a good
I don't
point.
think
That
we
is a
can
good point.
Judge
Yeah.
on,
So, I mean,
how
well-
it will be different, because
Yeah.
I mean the campaigns in the other games were.
It at least left
Great.
you with that impression that this was
Yeah.
going to be different. They're
Well,
going to change.
let's
and
just
add these things in there.
hypothetically say that they transfer over those jump jets that they have in the campaign to multiplayer. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah.
I mean, Call of Duty with jump jets. I mean, I think that'd be cool. I have no
Yeah.
problem with them. I
Well,
know there's going to be.
we do love it in Titanfall.
There's probably going to be things later like, oh, they're stealing this from Titanfall. They're doing that. I don't have a problem with games taking other games' ideas and
and
Yeah.
perfecting them,
spin.
making them better.
That's
yeah.
how it gets better, right?
Great
Like
point.
for example, there was a huge 3 weeks ago or a few months ago. There was a huge thing like, oh, Shadows of Mordor looks exactly like Assassin's Creed. Well, so what? It looks
That's freaking awesome. I mean, you're.
Who
Yeah.
cares, right? But so that being said, I hope they do add the jump jets. I think Call of Duty with jump jets, and I mean there probably won't be wall running and stuff like that, just because they'll try and keep it a Call of Duty style. But the trailer looked good. I probably, as of right now, I won't buy it. I want to see more on it before I buy it. I'm probably not as burnt out as Mark over there, but I think I've gotten my share
It
of Call of
hurt.
Duty
It
in.
hurt. The spawn system in Modern Warfare 3 just killed me. And I almost should thank them because it opened my eyes and there was so much more fish in the sea. And I was able to try so many more girlfriends.
It's like when
you
you're
know?
with the girlfriend who's manipulative and bad girlfriend, and at the time you don't realize it. You're just in love with her, right?
Yeah,
and
she's
you're
so
like, she's
hot,
the best.
You know? I don't care.
Yeah.
She can, yeah.
And then you
man.
break up with her and move on, and you're like, what the hell was I thinking? What is wrong
then-
with me?
your girlfriend starts bringing you breakfast. You know, like that never happened before. This game's awesome.
What? She's nice? You mean I can do what I want to do?
Oh my goodness! You're letting me play video games right now. Oh, so yeah, it was so to say.
But yeah, I liked the trailer, and I'm interested to see where they're going with it. So I'm excited to see more footage. But that's
Cool.
all I have to say right
Awesome.
now.
With that, let's bring Rad Like My Dad into this. And Rad Like My Dad, you have not played a Call of Duty, correct?
I played a little bit of.
Oh, you played a little bit.
Third one, Modern Warfare 3.
Oh, okay.
Just a ton, not much. Like.
Oh, okay,
barely
so
anything.
you're basically kind of on the outside looking in on this. What were your thoughts on? Did the trailer persuade you? Did it get you excited? What are your thoughts on this Call of Duty?
Well, I kind
announcement?
of think Mark kind of hit it a little bit. He kind of spoke a little bit about how it's not necessarily their idea of trying to take over Titanfall. I think it's just how games are starting to go. That's the direction they're going in. Is this advanced? You know, I think we've kind of killed battlefields like our normal battlefields to death. You know, like how often can you do?
And
you
how
know?
many times can you do World War II? I mean, how
Yeah.
many
Yeah,
Call of
that's
Duties had
true.
World War
Yeah.
II?
That's the thing.
So,
It's all the same
Yeah,
thing.
weren't
And
the
I think
first 3 Call of Duties World War II, something like
yeah,
that?
yeah, and then
I-
the 5th one.
I
was
think
World War
we've just
II,
killed it.
so.
But there's some cool ideas in there, like the Wave Runner things.
Hover
whatever the heck those
cycle.
were, the hover cycle, yeah. Those are kind of a cool idea. But to be honest, I've never played it like too much, and I don't think I would buy Call of Duty just because of me. But
Yeah.
um,
well, I mean,
I
you've
don't
got to
know.
be
Yeah,
a first
I
person
want to see
shooter
more
kind of guy,
'cause
but
it might persuade me. But
yeah.
yeah, I don't. I just think that's just the way they're going. That just something new. You know, we've really beaten it to death. And so,
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, I just kind of to summarize what we've been talking about. I think competition is good. I want to see this war develop. In all honesty, between Titanfall and Call of Duty,
Because,
it
yeah,
only
that way-
benefits
You know what's
benefits
funny?
us.
It's the people who make Titanfall.
Oh, I know. That's the ironic thing. Look at what Call of
Yeah.
Duty has done. It's created an entire generation of of first-person shooter producers and creators. Because Respawn is from Call of Duty, correct?
Yeah,
Didn't they break off of Call of Duty?
The people that made Call of Duty are the heads of Respawn. So
Yeah.
it's gonna get interesting.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to it. I think we will have lots of great. I bet you 10 years from now, we will look back on first-person shooters and say, like we do with something like a Halo or a 007, and say that changed. That changed everything. That changed first-person shooters forever. I mean, 007 was the first 4-person on the same
Oh, man,
screen.
you're
That
bringing-
changed multiplayer. Then
See,
Halo.
That's the girlfriend that I love. You know.
Yeah. Then Halo brought
That
in
was your
a
first love.
story.
Game. That was my first love. Was GoldenEye.
Yeah, and
Love
Halo
that
brought
game.
in the multiplayer co-op story like never before, and that changed games.
Well, wasn't it 16 players
and the
a campaign?
matchmaking and all that, and then Call of Duty has kind of brought us to where we are today. And I bet you 10 years from now, we're gonna look back and say, we'll be able to pinpoint and say it's changed. You know what I mean? So I
It's
look
changed
forward to it. I
because
can't wait.
Of Titanfall, are you saying it's changed because of Titanfall and Call of Duty kind of going head to head, kind of a thing?
No,
or-
not necessarily, but I will be able to pinpoint a game like one of these that changes it. It's not going to stay the same. Let's put it that way. There's
Okay.
going to be big changes, and I look forward to it. And with that, we're almost out of time here. So one last
Already?
yeah,
Man.
one last thing that I wanted to bring up. I just wanted to talk a little bit about the 2 licenses. And because so many people don't know about it, isn't that amazing?
let's-
how many people
let's get
don't
that out
know
there.
about that? So I want to share that. I want to share what I have discovered with the world, and that is the 2 licenses with digital downloads. I think that's a great, and what it comes off of. The more that I've thought about it, remember at last E3, where Xbox One was talked about, and they talked about family sharing and your family gold, and all they did was say, we will have family sharing and family gold, and they didn't explain it at all. I think this is off of that, don't you think, where you get 2 licenses for a digital download. For those of you who haven't heard, we experimented it with this. We mentioned it at the beginning of the show, but you get 2 licenses with each digital download. One is attached to an Xbox, and one is attached to a gamer profile. And so you can essentially, 2 people can be playing the game at the same time. And we experimented it. We used it with Trials and Child of Light, and it worked this week. So we basically got 2 games for the price of 1. It's a great policy. I love it. I think I look forward to see if they continue on with this policy. I hope they don't crack down on that. But
Yeah. Do you think they did this on purpose, or?
well, like I said, I think it was a part. You know how they went back and went 180 on everything? I think this was a part of their original strategy. They wanted to be all digital, and this was one of the selling points at E3 last year. And it's just kind of been forgotten about since they did that 180, but it is awesome.
Cool.
Yeah.
I agree. I think it's a cool concept. I just hope it's not an overlooked feature, because I think they kind of backpedaled when they botched it in the E3. When they were all TV,
Yeah.
whatever their botch was. I hope this wasn't a mislooked feature that they forgot to undo.
Yeah,
That's
well-
just my hope.
Well, yeah, no, I'm sure. I think they're slowly going to bring us back to their original design for the Xbox, and that is basically a digital machine, like a Steam box, for lack of a
Yeah.
better term.
But when they were advertising it, that's what I got the idea of Steam on the console. That's
Yeah.
why I kind of
Their
got excited.
problem
Which
is-
that is actually a cool idea. They just did such a. I mean.
Oh yeah. Well, here, the best way that I've ever heard
Yeah,
it
there's no
described.
secret.
I heard
They-
someone describe it this last week, where they said they explained that you had to, your box had to check in every 24 hours. You were always connected online, but they didn't. They told you these things, but then they didn't tell you the benefit of those things, or how this benefits you, or why it makes your life better, right? So yeah, just completely botched. But it's a great feature. I hope everyone checks it out. Any closing thoughts on this before we wrap this up? I just wanted to get this out there and
Yeah,
share it
we're
with
starting
everyone.
to see it already, right? With the digital copies being cheaper than.
Oh,
Which is
yeah, that's another
fantastic.
great
We bring-
point.
bring
Thanks.
that point up.
finally.
Yeah,
Yeah, slashing
Final, that's
prices.
one of the main
Finally.
reasons I
'Cause
would never
I will buy
purchase
digital,
a
yeah.
game online.
yeah.
I would never do that because I
not the
didn't
same
get the
price.
disc, and it was the exact same price. I felt so ripped.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you could trade it in afterwards if you have the copy. Why not?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, perfect example. Wasn't it Trials we were looking at? Was 30 if you bought the
It's
case?
40. It's 40
if you
for
buy
the
the
case.
disc.
Yeah.
It's
And
twice
20
as much.
20
Yeah.
if you buy it online.
Yeah, and so that's. I think eventually we're going to be a download. I mean, that's the direction the Xbox
I'm
originally
okay
wanted to
with
go.
it.
That's where we're going to go. So,
It's a lot easier to do.
yeah.
No kidding.
For us lazy people that don't want to pick up the disc and put it in. And
Yeah, it's amazing how lazy I have become. When I have to put in a disc and take it
It's
out,
like, oh my
I
god.
know. I'm like,
That's how I am. I'm like, I have Titanfall in there, and then I'm like, Megan comes up, my wife, she's like, want to play Legos? And I'm like, oh, I have
I
to change the disc.
it's like
No,
it's,
I don't have
I
time.
know. It's like
You
when the
gotta go hit the
Connect's
button.
not connected, and I'm like, I have to press the button to turn this damn machine off. Oh, and it's just amazing how quickly you get used to a way, and it's
Well, what was that? What was that screenshot we saw a couple weeks ago, where it was a picture of a remote and it says "haven't used in months"?
Yeah, with the Xbox,
yeah, that is funny. All right, well, with that, let's get out of here. Let's start with Rad Like My Dad. What will you be up to this week? What can we look forward? Anything exciting? Anything fun?
well, I'm going to keep plugging away at Titanfall. Yeah. And I'm excited for Tomb Raider because, I wasn't there that much on Thursday. So we're going to be doing that again this week, right?
Yeah, Tomb Raider is the couch cast, probably till we beat it. It's that good of a game.
Good.
So,
I'm
it's
really
not
excited to see
where
that
we
one.
just get burnt out and just.
yeah,
Yeah,
no,
well,
it's very good. So,
It just looks really fun. That one. And I think I'm going to try and convince my wife that I can get trials. So
nice.
can all
All
play it
right.
once.
Yeah.
yeah, and then I want to play that game because
Okay,
you guys have got me
and
wanting to.
so if you do get trials, and not only that, but for Titanfall and stuff, what is your gamer tag on the Xbox One? Let's get that out of the way first, so everyone can follow you on the Xbox One.
Well, that's a tricky one because I have Rad Like My Dad, but I want to change it, or because I have another one. I have my Mark Ashley
Okay,
as my.
so why don't we give
other
out?
one,
If
but
you give out that one, when
we'll
you
give
do
that
change
one,
it,
and I'm
it'll
gonna
just
change
carry
so
over.
It's Mark
yeah.
Ashley 11, so 1-1.
So Mark
Mark
Ashley
Ashley 1-1.
11. If you want to follow him on on Xbox One, especially with
But
trials.
if you've already added me as Rad Like My Dad, I'll look and I'll tell you to add the other one because I can't take my other name back for some reason.
Oh.
Sad day.
Oh.
And I want to keep my new one because I got more gamer score, so I
Yeah.
just want to be cooler. But follow me on Twitter, Rad Like My Dad, and Twitch. I'm also on there, Rad Like My Dad, and then our Facebook.
Okay.
Oh, and if you want to check out the Call of Duty Advanced Warfare reveal trailer, we've put it on our Facebook as well. So
Yeah, awesome. Head over there and
Check it out there.
and check it out. Well, before we let Red Like My Dad go, are you going to be streaming anything this week that people can tune into Twitch and watch? Or
Maybe. I don't know yet. I don't have good enough internet to stream Titanfall, but if I get trials, I could probably stream that because that
oh yeah, that'd be a good
probably
one to
doesn't take
stream.
up as much.
Yeah. Cool. Anyways, well, check him out. Rad Like My Dad is pretty much everywhere. And then Mark Ashley 11 Xbox One gamer tag. George the Man. What can we look forward to you this week?
Well, I'll probably still play Trials. Mark and I will probably do Dark Souls here and there. But Crunch and Celaguar are bringing back the memories of the old Halo 1. So I'm probably going to play a little Halo 4 again this week. So Crunch and Celaguar, if you guys want to join me, Xbox, my Xbox, or if anybody wants to join me in chat, my Xbox gamer tag is Jord the Man. You can follow me on Twitch at JordTheMan_X1Bros. And then
Twitter.
you can tweet me on Twitter.
Send him a
at-
tweet. Tweet him.
Jord at JordTheMan_XOB. But yeah, that's what I'll be doing. Probably a little Halo 4, little Trials. And actually, no, I'm gonna play Child of Light this week too. Maybe I'll try and stream that one this week.
Cool.
It was fun watching
Cool.
you guys play, so I want to get into it.
Yeah, awesome. Awesome. And Mr. McSpicy. Xbox One gamer tag first off. And then what are you playing?
Well, it used to be Mr. McSpicy, but I felt trolly one day, and I thought I would change it to Hexbox Cohobe. And what
Now
that
watch
does,
his screen behind.
I'm already at
Oh,
the
he's
home
already on the
screen.
home screen.
So when people would read my name, when I would like just kill them in Titanfall or whatever, they're like Hexbox Cohobe. It like I'll put it in chat, but it's HEXBOX KOEHOBE. So I will post that in chat, and I'll put that in the show notes, David, too, because it's kind of
Yeah,
a weird one.
we will.
It's basically like you don't know what you're saying when you're saying it, so it's just
And
a
then
troll.
pulls you to the home.
But
gamer
it's
tag.
basically
That's-
saying Xbox go home.
That's what, yeah. So I was just feeling really trolly, and I thought that would be hilarious.
And it works really
so-
well.
It works.
It really
works
does.
like a champ.
Or there's
so-
times where I just say Hexbox, and then, of course, everything
It
pops
pops
up
up.
in the middle of the game. I'm like, stop listening!
It's so trolly. I love it. But yeah, so it was Mr. McSpicy, but I don't think I can actually get that gamer tag again anymore. Just like you said, Mark, I think it's a done deal. But which is a shame because I love my name. I love my name, but that's pretty cool too. Hexbox Cohobe. You can find me on Twitter at Mr. McSpicy and Twitch. A $9 troll. Okay, Mark
Yeah, I
Slut
just
just
read
said
that
that
too.
in chat. It totally was worth it. I spent $9.99 on being a troll. So I thought it was awesome. I gave myself a high five when I did that. So anyways, twitch.tv/Mr. McSpicy, at Mr. McSpicy. And I also want to thank everyone in chat. You guys are awesome. Thanks for supporting us. And all our listeners, thank you for supporting us. If you haven't yet, please rate us on iTunes. That pushes us up just that little bit, and it helps us a lot right now. So those, if you haven't in chat today, please go rate us. And our iTunes listeners, please let us know if we're doing good. And email us too. We love emails. We want to improve. We are gamers. We're here for you for news, and we appreciate you guys, and we want to play with you too. So please add us on Xbox Live if you want to join us. I think we do that every Sunday, right, David?
Yeah, we're trying to. I mean, sometimes we miss. I mean, we have commitments as well. But yeah, absolutely. Titanfall, especially, I think is the game right now. We're really trying to play with people. But if you follow us and you have trials, I mean, our times will show up on there. You can try and knock Jord the Man off. So yeah, awesome times. Awesome times. Myself, this week, I will be playing Child of Light. In fact, after this stream tonight, I'm going to hop on and play some more Child of Light. So if you guys in chat want to stick around and join me on that, that would be fabulous. My gamer tag on the Xbox Live, what is wrong with me? My
I
gamer
don't know.
tag.
We all don't know that.
My gamer tag is X1 Bros. It's pretty simple. So it makes it easy for you guys. Just come on there and you can join us. We are going to do Couchcast on Thursday. It's going to be Tomb Raider, as previously mentioned. Awesome game. Please join us. Check us out. It's just a bunch of us getting together, hanging out, eating hot dogs.
Food. Yeah, it's good.
So yeah, come together. Come together. What? Once again, what is wrong with me?
Come together.
Yeah, what the Beatles? What the
Beatles
heck?
song. Yeah. Speaking of awesome music, I love Beatles.
Anyways, join us there. Child of Light this week. I will be probably primarily on. Probably also play some Titanfall. So check us out. If you do follow me, I will follow you back on both Twitter and on Xbox Live. So feel free to do so. And then that's how I will let everyone know, hey, we're hopping on Titanfall. I'll just send out a mass message, and then you guys can jump in if you like. Other than that, anything else? Anything else, guys? That's it. Great show. Thank you, chat, for joining us. Yeah, like
thanks,
us
chat.
on Facebook, facebook.com/x1bros. Check out our Twitter handles, our Twitch pages. And check us out on iTunes and like us and subscribe. Also on YouTube, X1 Bros. Check out our videos. And with that, I think it's time to play our awesome music to get out of here. Okay, thanks everyone. We'll see you later. All Xbox One all the time. Your #1 Xbox One podcast. Booyah.